to then briefly address you on the other aspects of issuance of conservatory orders. Again, I will not go further than your own earlier rulings. In your ruling of 16th October 2024, at paragraphs 62 to 71, you pronounced yourselves on the principles that govern grant of conservatory orders. We agree with each of those principles that you set out in that ruling without any modification. We agree with each of the principles that you set out in paragraphs 61, sorry, my apologies, 62 all the way to 71. I will address myself to only one aspect of those principles and invite my learned colleague, Mr. Macharia, to address the remaining aspects. This is where you allude to the case of Gatirau Peter Munya versus Dixon Mwenda Githinji and two others. If I'm not mistaken, this must have been the matter that was argued by my colleague, Dr. Tenkolu, some times back, so he would know it very well. It was among the first cases to deal with this matter. It's actually the first one in the Supreme Court of Kenya. You see, we celebrate Dr. Mudhomi Tenkolu for contributing to this kind of jurisprudence. He observes, and I quote, that conservatory orders, consequently, should be granted on the inherent merits of a case, bearing in mind the public interest, caution of values, and the proportionate magnitudes and priority levels attributable to the relevant causes. I want to address myself to the inherent merit of this case and just on one aspect of public interest. In fact, let me just begin by putting aside the issue of public interest, by asserting as a principle, my lords, that I desire that you hold that the greatest public interest is upholding our Constitution. There can be no superior public interest attributable to politics or other considerations that would outweigh upholding our Constitution. In fact, that is my understanding of Articles 2 and Article 3 of the Constitution. Articles 2 and 3 of our Constitution provide that the greatest public interest is in upholding our Constitution. I can see my learned colleagues jittery. I don't know whether they want to raise an objection. Okay, thank you.
Not me. I would never raise an objection regarding you.
Thank you so much, my teacher and mentor, Professor Gedhu Muigai. And I'm sure our other colleagues have taken cue from you, Prof. So that, my lords, when a petitioner raises a matter like the clearest violation I have raised on what transpired on 18th, there can be no greater public interest than giving that matter a chance to be ventilated fully. I can't imagine of any. But having said that, let me now deal with how this petition meets the inherent merits test.
Just a minute. We had earlier on given a time allocation, which Mr. Kibe disagreed with and asked for 2 hours. We will give you that 2 hours and not beyond. You have done 1 hour.
Okay, let me now take 15 minutes to summarize the rest of the argument. Then we see how to wind up that. So let me address the issue of inherent merit